the day this is actually being recorded, Mother's Day. So shout out to all the mothers out there, ours included. And I say ours because our guest today is my brother, my business partner, owner, CEO, president, chair member, employee, worst employee, best employee of the Heights Auto Spa.
Yo, what's up?
So again, if you guys follow us on Instagram, which is at the Heights Garage, or if you follow my brother at
the Heights Auto Spa,
at the Heights
_ Auto Spa.
There you go. You'll see it is my brother's business or whatever. It's kind of everything we have done. It's kind of joint, but my brother runs the actual detailing business and stuff like that. And so I thought we'd bring him in and ask him a couple questions because, of course, we love talking about the undercarriage of the car, you know, getting into the engine and stuff like that, taking care of that. But one big aspect of it is paint. If you got a show car, it's got to look like a show car. And my brother's here to help all of you out. Or if you have any questions after, you can ask and we'll get back to you. But again, you recently just started doing this. And what kind of made you want to do that?
Honestly, yeah, I started last October. Mm-hmm. So it's only been a couple of months. Yeah. And what started it was I just got tired of fucking working.
Yeah. That's how every business starts, right?
I was working security. For those of you who know me personally, I was working security. I was working at this company, and at this company, it was just getting really bad. Like, it was just getting really dangerous. I was there a little under a year, maybe like 3 days before I made a year, before I quit. And in that 1 year, a couple of months that I was there, we had gotten, not me personally, but my coworkers had gotten robbed 4 times. Out of those 4 times, shots were fired. 2 out of those 3 times that shots were fired, 2 of my coworkers got hit. And 1 out of those 2 people that got hit ended up paralyzed. And he had just came back from maternity leave. Yeah. He had a 3-month-old. And the way they handled stuff, I didn't, not that I wanted them to baby us or like, hey, no, it's okay.
But be more enduring, right? Like,
and this dude, we had a meeting the day after this dude got shot. He was in the hospital still, in a coma, as a matter of fact. Then he woken up, couldn't, you know, they told him like the bullet hit a nerve, he's never gonna walk again. And the manager showed up the next day, and he was like, all right, guys, if you guys don't know, blah, 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 got hit yesterday, just be careful out there, be aware of your surroundings, and all right, guys, have a good day. And I was like, dude,
we're not going to get extra training,
And that's what I started telling everybody that I was working. I was like, dude, you got kids coming straight out of high school, and they're just like, here's a gun, here's a vest, go. And I was like, if you're going to put me with somebody that you're going to want me to trust, you got to put me with some, let them train, let them know what they're doing. You know, like, I don't want this dude to close the door on me when I'm trying to get in. And
it gets spooked, and it's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, so after that, I was like, you know what, fuck this, dude. I was like, all right. And it's funny because we had detailing our own cars when we bought our cars.
Yeah. We got pretty into it.
Like, all right. And it was more like of a weekend thing, or, you know, when we just wash our own cars. It was never really, you know, like, oh, I'm going to do this professionally. Mm-hmm. After a while, I was like, dude, this is fun. I liked it. It sounds weird, but it's I like doing it. It's therapy. It's therapeutic. Like, know, when you do the work and you do everything, and then after a while, like, damn, I did that. Like,
exactly.
I fixed the car.
Then while you're zoned into it too, right? You get in that state of like, all right, I'm just washing this car. You're not really thinking about anything like
else
that.
With that car. And then, I went after that happened. I was like, dude, I don't want to go to work anymore. So I called off for like a week because I used to use my sick. I was using my sick hours. I got my check. I got paid, and then the day that I got paid, I went to the store and I bought the pressure washer. I bought a pressure washer and a vacuum. All the other stuff I had already because, like I said, me and you would wash your cars routinely. So I had a bunch of soaps,
towels,
waxes,
and all that.
towels, everything. You know, it was cool. And what I fucked up on is I started in October.
That's true. It's cold.
November, December, I got nobody.
You got nothing.
The week of, I had like booked all week. I was like, because I was just detailing full time for the month of October.
Right.
November, December hit, it started raining, and I was like, damn, son.
Yeah, what am I going to do
think
now?
about this. There's no sun coming out. Nobody wants to wash your car in the rain.
Yeah, for real. And then, so let's kind of backtrack a little. So you literally started with the pressure washer and the vacuum. And as much in detail as you want to go to, where did you get them?
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight, right?
Talk about a Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight.
Everybody out here.
Harbor Freight is a place to go.
When I was in school, that was the joke. Like, oh, you're going to go to Harbor Freight and get some tools and you're going to be a serious mechanic or that. But you go to Harbor Freight and they got everything. And I mean, one of the big things is because, you know, they got the good warranty and the products are good too.
The warranty's amazing.
Maybe at one point in time they weren't good, where it was just like as soon as you take it out the box, that shit was just janky. But now they held up, right? Like he said, my brother said.
The first pressure washer I bought, it messed up because the pressure washer hose that I put on it didn't fit. It was too big, I believe, for things, and I tightened it like it's like a screw. I tightened it up, and I think I stripped it, so I couldn't take it off after. And I was like, "Damn, dude, like I can't."
Yeah, there's nothing I could do.
And yeah, I took it back like that, and they're like, "Okay,
cool,
yeah, the warranty." I was like, "Yeah, okay, go ahead and get another one." I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I got the new one.
And the cool thing about it is, like, there's Harbor Freights everywhere, so you can just, regardless of what you're doing and stuff like
it's
that.
Like a fucking McDonald's right every corner.
Exactly. So what I was trying to say is, like, it's not too expensive to start, right? I mean, once you start going in deeper and stuff like that, it does get a little bit more expensive.
I messed up on trying to get the best shit when I first started. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked up Instagram pages. I was on YouTube, like best pressure washer for beginners, and they're all like, and I got the Harbor Freight pressure washer. Things like $100. Not too bad. It was it does a job. I still use it to this day.
It works perfectly.
The vacuum, I got it for like $30, a little 3-gallon vacuum, wet and dry vacuum. That eventually messed up. Oh, well, it messed up on you when you were helping me. The hose ripped, and I was like, fuck.
But even then, like we said, it wasn't anything crazy. Yeah, it was the hose.
It wasn't like the vacuum itself messed up. But I think when I first started, when I bought stuff, I didn't spend more than $500.
And I mean,
and I made that back in 3 details.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it wasn't.
And I mean, like you were saying too, a lot of people already have this stuff. A lot of people go to Walmart. A lot of people are at AutoZone. They see the Chemical Guy stuff. They see the McGuire stuff, and they're picking things up for themselves. And that's what we were doing. We were grabbing our own things, and so it's not even necessarily that you have to have everything. You might have some stuff, and you can start with that, right? Because then after you start getting that big boy stuff,
and that's what I said. Like I said a little bit before, that I messed up when I was trying to grab everything. I was trying to grab a ceramic wax. I was trying to grab a carnauba wax. I was trying to try this tire shine, this tire dressing, this and this. I don't need it.
No,
I have aluminum. I have the chrome wax. I have the aluminum wheel cleaner. I have not yet washed an aluminum wheel, or nobody has asked me to clean their chrome.
Yeah, because that too, right? It's kind of tough because people don't necessarily understand what goes into a detail. I think we were recently just talking about it, how someone hit you up and they were like, "Oh no, I don't need a detail. I just need my car washed. I need the inside vacuum cleaned. There's a stain removal, and all that falls under a detail." And so if you can just kind of dig deeper into that, because some people think like, oh, a car wash is just soap and water, and then a detail is like all blown out, but no, a detail's
so. If you guys follow me on Instagram already, I always hashtag not a car wash.
Yeah.
And the reason I do that, or where I got that from, is because it's not a car wash.
It's not.
You could pay $7 for a drive to car wash.
For sure.
When you come out, I will tell you, like, look, your paint's messed up here.
It's swirled
this
up.
is messed up here. And then people think like, oh no, you're just saying that. Like, no, dude, you think they wash those mats or whatever they used to scrub the cars in? Or where do you think that water comes from? It's recycled water. Whatever comes down in that concrete, it goes back into their tank and it comes back out. Yeah. It's gonna mess up your paint. You may not notice it, and they might not care. And that's when I was like, it's fine. You don't like it. Ahead. But me as a detailer, or you as a car enthusiast, we're gonna go look at the car and be like, dude, there's a bunch of swirls. You got a scratch over here. You could tell right here. And both of our cars are messed up right now. It looks like a cat went on my hood, and I see it every day. And I'm just like, damn, dude, it's annoying. I hate it.
It is.
But back to what you asked, the detail is we go into detail with every little thing, as far as how much of a detail you want. So me, my basic detail, my maintenance detail, what I call it, is just inside wipe down on the inside, vacuum on the inside. And on the outside is I get the tires clean, the wheels clean, tires shine on, and then I get the foam bath.
Yeah. You get it. You get you spray it down. All those nice Instagram videos. You see it looks all snowy.
Foam it up, and then I wash it by hand and I rinse it. And another thing too is I use spot free water.
See that too. Detailers out there. This is a secret. I don't know if my brother wants to give it out, but
spot free water. A lot of people. When I first started, I had to use other people's water hoses, and I didn't mind at first. I was like, a lot of people offer. Do you need my extension cord? Do you need water? And I was like,
people are genuinely nice about that.
But after a while, when it gets hot out and I start using the regular water from the hose that's not filtered, it will leave water spots. So I pretty much would have to wash one car 2 or 3 times to get all that out. And it was annoying for me. I was just like, damn, dude, I'm spending 3-4 hours on a 1.5 hour job.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so I started looking into it. And actually, I follow, like I said, on YouTube and on Instagram, their videos like, use spot free water. And I was like, damn, dude, I need to get a water tank.
Yeah.
And that too, I found one, I think, on Facebook, and you went with me to grab it. I was like, dude, let's go. And I found a little 35-gallon water tank. And like I said, it's not expensive to start. I think I paid like $100 for it.
Yeah.
I have it in the back seat of my Camry.
Exactly.
I don't have a van. I use my Camry. My daily driver is my my business car. And I did it. And then I go to, or I fill up and buy most of my chemicals and my equipment is at Vital Detail Supply. So shout out to Vital Detail Supplies in Alhambra. It's on Valley, and I don't know what other street, but they have the spot free water. And I remember when I went to go get it for the first time, I was like, damn, dude.
So, real quick, I remember my brother was kind of like, dang, dude, I need this tank, but I don't know about this water, man. Like, that shit's going to be expensive, and I don't know what. So he was like, you know what, I'm going to go. I got to go get this. And then that's where he jumps in.
Yeah, I was telling you, like, damn, I don't know how expensive this spot free water is. And I have a 35-gallon tank, and if it's $5 a gallon for water, dude, I'm going to have to wash. And the 35-gallon tank, I can wash 2 small cars at most and 1 truck. And I'm like, I'm not going to be making money. I'm going to be losing money. But I was like, I'm going to have to get it regardless. Yeah. So I go, and it turns out the water was 10 cents a gallon.
10 cents
so
a
with
gallon.
$3.50, I can fill up my tank, and I can wash 2, maybe 3 cars at most. And easy. And it helps out a lot because I don't have to be. I mean, me and you experienced it washing your own car. Like, hey, hurry up and wash it, or while I rinse it, you go follow behind with the towel. No, this one I can let it air dry and it's fine. And
it's in the name. It's spot free water. Yeah. So they add a certain chemical or something like that where it doesn't leave that residue. You know. After it rains or whatever, you see the spots on your car.
It looks like,
but this, or from a water hose, even.
Yeah.
And this one, it doesn't do that. And when we were washing John's car, remember, or his truck, and remember, I was like, I kind of want to try. I want to try this water. Like,
drink the water.
It tastes so bad.
He said it tastes like pool water. No,
yeah,
like
it's
like chlorine in it.
It's disgusting. But that's just a little thing, you know, that people don't take into consideration, right? They're thinking, oh no, like you said, oh, he's probably just going to use garden hose water. No, you're using a special water.
Yeah.
So if you really wanted to, you can rinse out all the soap and stuff like that, do the tire dressing, and be like, oh, okay, we're just going to let it air dry.
Yeah.
Like, and people don't see that, or they, like we said, they don't understand that because they think it's just like, oh, well, I could just do it myself. But
yeah,
that's far from the case.
Not only that, the drying part, it's less harmful, if not harmful at all to the paint of your car. So I've done one person's car was brand new. They just got it maybe like a month before I had washed it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I washed my car, and you know I did this, but I still have a little bit of scratches here and there." And I was like, "What kind of water did you use?" I'll use my water hose, and I was like, well, that's why you don't know, but the water hose inside the tube of the water hose is dirty.
Yeah,
you leave it laying on the ground. The water coming out is dirty. It's faucet water. It's not going to be clean as water. It's not clean at all.
Like distilled or anything.
Yeah, and with this one, there's like most of it is salt. From what I've read, it's like salt water. So the salt's going to stain the paint. And if you have a dark colored car like me and you, it's a black car. You see everything.
Well, you know, any car enthusiast knows any cars from the East Coast. You know, they throw salt on the ice and stuff like that. In the undercarriage, it just gets all gunky. It gets all rusted out. So if you can imagine a garden hose, if it has some salt in that water and you're putting it on your paint, it's not going to be any good.
You're washing your car.
Not going to be any good.
Once a week, twice a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad.
That too. That was going to be my next thing. We're always asking. People always think like, oh, I'm just going to wash my car once a month. And you can do that, right? You can wash your car once a month. I mean, we're victims of that because our cars get... it's hard to keep up. But what's the recommended
what I recommend people to
routine?
Do... So what I usually tell people, it depends, first of all, what kind of detail they want. If they want the full detail where... me and you actually did the truck, my homeboy's truck. It's the wash. We wax it, clean the engine, clean the carpets, all that. Once we do that, I can go... maybe twice a month, every 2 weeks.
Yeah, to maintain
2 weeks
right?
minimum. That's if you're like, I don't know, just to maintain it. And that's what I tell everybody. Like, yeah, I do this, all this work. It took us 4 or 5 hours to do that one truck. But after that, it's going to take me an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's going to be quick.
At most. And that's because everything's already clean.
Yeah.
Everything's already clean. So I just have to go and literally wipe everything down and vacuum everything to maintain it. It's a maintenance detail.
The maintenance detail, once you get that big package, pause. But once you get that big package, it's like it's. I think the hardest part is going to be maintaining the inside, right? Because we essentially kind of everybody lives in their car when they're driving to work, driving here, there. You know, you leave receipts, you leave this, you get all the gunk outside, and so I think majority of the time, once you start getting the maintenance watched, it's going to be inside because, like you said, the paint's going to be. It's going to be easy to
the
it's
wax.
Be
You put the coating after the wax, and everything's gonna.
It's protected.
Just a simple rinse is gonna come off. Yeah. But usually maintenance, it's just trash. Yeah. Especially that guy, I think he uses a truck for work. So when we saw it, it was gunky, dirt everywhere. Yeah. It was gunky. So we do that one, big detail, and after that, a week if you really want to, twice a week or twice a month. I mean, every 2 weeks. It'll be way easier for both of us. I mean, like with that guy, he wasn't even in the state. He was in Texas at work.
That's right. Huh?
And he was like, "Hey, I need you to wash my car." I was like, "Cool." And I was advertising that like crazy. Like, you don't even have to be in the damn state. You do not have to be home for me to go. No, tell me what car is at.
Yeah, we'll do it. If you have someone that wants to come just drop off the keys just so we can get inside or whatever, then that's all it is. Like, that's the beauty of it too, right? Because that kind of goes into the pricing, right? And we don't have to go necessarily completely into the pricing, but you're a mobile detailer, right? Yeah, we're not doing it out of your house. I mean, he lives in an apartment. I live in an apartment. The only house where we can get to is my grandma's house, and we're not going to be running a business out of my grandma's house like that. So he goes to you, and so that factors into the price. So when you're thinking like, well, I could just go to this express wash for $5. Yeah, but that's the thing. You got to go.
You're gonna have to leave your house.
You got to leave your house, and you're going to them.
I've had people, you know, I go detail their cars and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna come back. Is that okay?" Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Yeah. They'll go to the market. They got to go pick up their kids from school or go pick up their significant other from work or wherever they're at, and they come back and the car's done. And that's it. It's done. You know, they don't have to stay there, sitting in the car waiting for them to wash it. It's
and that too, like you said, if you're getting the full detail where we're waxing the car and stuff like that, you can essentially run all your errands, right? Because you're going to be there depending on the car and stuff like that. Like that truck that we did, it did take us like 3 or 4 hours, but yeah, you can essentially run all your errands, and then you come back and you're like, oh damn, your car's clean. And it's just all convenience. Because even if you go to one of those car washes, there's still express car washes, and I've done that, the one right here on Whittier, and it has 5-star reviews, but there's so many water spots. Like like you got to think about it. If you're paying $5-10, how good of a car wash are you really gonna get? Right? If you're paying, and where do your prices start at?
The maintenance detail is $65 to $80, depending on the truck and depending on the size of the vehicle and the condition it's in.
And so you're getting that, you're thinking, God, that's a lot compared to the $5. But like you said, when he says wipe down on the inside, he means he's getting the interior cleaner, and he's wiping down the dashboard.
Yeah, I'm not just going there with the fucking wiping and wiping. No. I have a, we use that. The certain spray that I'm not gonna say special spray because it's a regular interior cleaner spray, but it's specifically made to clean interiors. I have a spray for the leather. I have a spray for the glass. You want to protect, and I'll put the UV protectant, make it look shiny. It's small stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I said, it's things that even if you go to one of those washing places where there is actual people, they have 5 to 6 people cleaning one car, and they're literally just wiping stuff down. And we don't want to badmouth anybody, but if that's what you want to do, if that's what you can afford, then by all means go for it. But if you have the money and you're serious about your car, and you're like, I need something good, then this is the way to go. Because again, it's convenient. You're wiping everything down. You're going into detail, like you're saying, and it's overall, it's just a better experience in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it goes back to it's a detail, not a wash. We get every little thing, and there's been times where I'm washing a car and people are like, "Hey, I have a stain in the back. Can you do it?" Yeah, I'll do it. And you can't do that at a car wash, at an express car wash.
They're trying to get you out
at a hand car wash because they're going in there. They're going in there and they want to get you out as soon as possible, like you said. And that brings me to another point. I take my time.
Yeah.
I space all my details 3 to 4 hours apart for that reason.
Exactly.
If I'm doing a maintenance detail that I know is going to take me an hour and a half, but this guy comes out and says, "Hey, I have a stain in the back seat," or there's like, "Oh, I washed the car recently and it had like soda or something in the driver's seat, and it was like sticky in the cup holders. Maybe they dropped coffee or something. And they're like, "Hey, can you get that out?" And like I said, we have special sprays to do that. I have, brushes, different tools, and you can't do that at an express car wash, and they're not going to do it for you either.
No,
because they want to get you in and out as soon as possible. I take mobile detailers. We take our time, and
because they're passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, it's because we want to. First of all, I want to make sure you come back to us.
Exactly.
I'm not leaving my car. I'm not gonna leave your car looking like shit, and then be like, I'm not gonna go back to this guy. No, I want you to be a reoccurring client. Like, hey, how often can you come? Boom, every week, every 2 weeks, whenever you want. And that's who I offer. Say like if I wash your car and you like it, I tell people if you book me, once a week or twice a month, I can lower your prices down by $20 because
for sure,
some type of contracting, like a wholesale price. Something like that.
Think about it like that, because you're gonna be coming back and
again, and I know it's not gonna take me long because I come every so often,
and that too. So once you're doing, you're thinking too, like, oh my God, I gotta pay this guy, $50 or whatever, or $60 every time he comes. But if you're offering that discount, it's because the work is easier now.
Yeah.
Again, you're maintaining it. Now it's going to be different if you do it every 3 months, every 6 months, and you're like, why is this guy still charging me like $100? And it's like, well, because you don't have a garage, you don't have a carport, you park your car in the street, like you take it everywhere, and it's all gunky again.
Yeah,
so
it's
we
like
got
starting over
to
again.
start all over again. We got to hit that reset.
Yeah.
But that's like the fact that you're saying you're passionate about it, right? Like you could be just making money and be like, I'll give you guys that $20 wash and I'll get it done in 10 minutes. But you know what? You're like, no, and I've seen you, I've helped you. Again, he is the boss in that. So when we are washing cars, when I can help him, when we're detailing, he is my boss. And he's like, get this or go over here. And we're going through every single spoke in the wheel. We're hitting the dashboards. We're hitting the windows. This last car or the big truck, the Tacoma that we did, don't want to put anybody on blast, but the interior was pretty bad and we got it, or you actually got it back into good shape. To be fair though, this dude, I think he hydrolocked his engine and his wife was telling me like, oh yeah, like he was in the mountains and like he had to leave the truck there for like a whole day because he went in a lake. And I'm like, well, hold on, what? So it was like
submerged underwater.
Yeah, it was
half
submerged.
of the truck was submerged underwater.
And we brought it back. The clients were happy, and that's what it was.
Well, because of that truck wash, I got his sister-in-law,
exactly,
his brother-in-law, and I got his neighbor.
Yeah.
So because of that one wash, I gained 3 clients. And it's funny because the neighbor, I think you were there when she asked me. She's like, "Oh, ¿cuánto cobras?" And I was like, "Well, for this one, I'm charging $250."
Yeah, and
she gave a face like, "Damn!" And I was like, "But we're doing this, this, and this, and this." And she's like, "Oh, okay." She was still kind of like,
skeptical, yeah.
And I was like, "But," and she's like, "Well, how much would you charge me for mine?" And that too, people always ask, how much for this kind of car? How much for this? And it's like, well, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
Again,
it's not just I'm not going to pull up with the bucket. And now I'm learning now it's getting harder to quote people over Instagram messages or over text over the phone, because I'll tell them like, oh yeah, $50. They tell me, oh, it's and I see it everywhere. There's meme pages of detailers, and every detailer that I've seen on Instagram and YouTube, and it's not that bad, and you get there and it's horrible.
It's bad, yeah.
It's bad, and it's like, damn. Well, now I told you it was gonna be $80, but now I'm gonna have to charge $125 because there's stains on your seat. Yeah. You got pet hair. You got stains on your headliner, and it's just bad, and it's like you got to charge extra for that.
Yeah,
and then and it's like, well, damn, now I don't want to tell you I'm going to charge you extra because I gave you quote the supplies, but then again, you lied to me. You told me it wasn't that bad.
Exactly, like you lied to me. You show up, you're like betrayed, all crying.
Yeah, like damn, dude,
it's funny.
This hour job turned into a 3-hour job now because I'm scrubbing the seats in the back, and I got to get the extractor machine and all that stuff, and
that's what it is. It sucks because I guess it's just people in denial and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but it's to me it was just not crazy because, like you said, we were detailing our own cars and stuff like that. But at the same time, like when you just, hey, I'm doing this, like let's get after it. And again, this whole podcast is to help people in the automotive industry, whether, like we said today, it's a new topic. We're going over actual detailing. The first 2 episodes were about shops and stuff like that. But this is a big aspect of it right now. After this, it'd probably be like a body shop where they're actually repairing stuff like that. But this is repairing paint at times and stuff like that, bringing a car back to life. And like Gio said in the last episode, he was like, oh, you do even just a wash, that car's coming down, the price is coming up. And that's what you're offering. And that's what I thought was so cool about it, because the way I'm thinking about it is obviously we would love to have a shop. And I instantly thought like, damn, that would be cool. Me and my brother, we have our shop. We have one, like the mechanical aspect, and then I just ship them over to you, boom, here we go. Yeah,
they sound good.
Inside, outside, everything. So I thought that was cool and stuff like that. And we had to do the podcast together, and it's funny. This is actually the second podcast episode we recorded, or let's say third, because remember that first time we tried, I didn't even hit record, and we had to start all over
45 minutes, and he was like, "Shit, the light's not on."
Yeah, it was bad. So here we are again and stuff like that, but. It's kind of different now because now you're running this detailing business and stuff like that. And
and it's funny that because I always thought about it like, I want to do it, but I never actually did it because I was like, it's a big risk. Same thing with you with the Heights garage. It's a big risk because you got to drop a lot of money
for sure.
Most importantly, you got to drop a lot of time. It's a lot of time. It's so much time, and it's funny because everything you do is time consuming because there's times where I have a day, mostly on the weekends, where I'm booked from like 9 a.m. till maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's like, damn, I ran out of wheel cleaning in the second detail. I gotta go to Walmart. I gotta go to Vital Details. I gotta get something, and I don't have time. So I'm like, damn, I gotta substitute all-purpose cleaner for this, and it still does the job, but it's not what I would want to use.
Yeah.
And the thing, I think for me, the time that's most time consuming is making the damn reels on Instagram. Yeah. I've called you so many times, like, hey, Alex, how do you do this? Hey, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do you do this? And I spend so much time on that because it's so easy to advertise your business on that on Instagram, on Facebook, and I don't gotta pay I don't pay Google for this ad or nothing like that. I just gotta make it, but then I actually have to make it. I gotta get the videos together. I gotta make the timing right.
I gotta get the right pictures.
I gotta choose a song. I gotta choose what's trending. It's crazy.
It's a never ending thing.
Yeah,
and that is a big part of it. I try to do it with the Heights Garage and stuff like that. Follow us at the Heights Garage. Head over to theheightsgarage.com to support us. And I say us because we are partnered in this, and so. But yeah, God, it's so hard and stuff. And then that too, like when we're detailing, like he'll ask me to come because he's like, I have this little tripod, but you know what? It doesn't do the job. I need someone to come help me record.
Think about that. Recording is so damn hard.
It's the worst.
There's been times where I'll take. Getting the before is easy because I haven't started doing it.
You're not doing anything. You're walking around.
On my phone, I have a bunch of pictures of 30 cars, 30 wheels, dirty seats, everything. And then half the time, I forget to take the after pictures. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I gotta get to my next appointment. So it's just like, and then I go back to the grandma, start doing the real post before and after pictures. And I was like, fuck, dude, I got nothing else. Like, I have nothing to put for that after. Like just dirty cars.
Before. Yeah, it's all before. I swear.
So it's hard. It's hard. Like it's hard. To have a little tripod, having to put my phone. To keep up. Because I get in there and I want to get it done as fast as I can.
No, for sure.
Because customers waiting, or that they tell me like I want it to be done by this time. But I am trying to set up my camera, trying to record myself.
You're trying to advertise yourself too. But yeah, he's asked me to go, and it even then with someone else it's kind of hard because like I'll try to do like that slow mo stuff because a lot of people like that, and my brother will be spraying it with the foam blaster or whatever, and it's like, all right, do it, and then it's like, oh. Like it didn't come out.
Do it again, but it's the first time you're doing it.
Do it again, but yeah. And then it's even like you're gonna get dirty. Like there was a couple times where we did it, and Pablo just, again, I was just soaked up, bro.
The phone was all covered up in soap and stuff.
But I mean, it's what you got to do. And then, like you said, and then you're finally happy. You're like, oh, I got some good pictures. I got some good videos and stuff like that. And now you got to condense 3 hours of work into a 1 minute video, and you're like,
each video you have on your phone is like 4 to 5 minutes long because you record everything.
You're recording everything. You got to cut it up and stuff like that. But like you said, it's the easiest way to advertise yourself. It's the easiest way to get it out there because then, you post it, people can share it on their story. You tag the client's sharing it, and then they're like, "Oh, who's this?" And that's honestly the easiest way.
Funny.
Organic.
It's all word of mouth.
It really is.
That's how it all started. I started off with just friends and family in the group chats that we have with our cousins and our friends, and then like, "Oh, I'll do this, and then neighbors will see me, and then, "Oh, how much is this?" or "What are you doing to the car?" and and then or I'll have cousins be like, "Hey, so and so saw my car and they liked it. What do I tell them? Follow me on Instagram. Give them my car. Stuff like that."
Yeah, it's simple, like you said. It is. It's all just word of mouth. The easiest way, the best way, I think. I guess you can pay for advertising and stuff like that, but then it's like you gotta factor. You gotta factor that in. But yeah, car detailing though, it's like I said, it's a huge aspect of it. Regardless of whether you have a show car, it is just your daily driver. Or you're gonna sell the car, you're flipping cars and stuff like that. A car wash just does something that you get in and you're like, I'm gonna go get it washed. You get it done and everything. You do it for them, and they go back in. And that too, my brother has different scents that he sprays into, like into the cabin of the cars and stuff like that, air fresheners, and that's just another added thing, right? I remember. You're like, oh, what do you want? New car smell, fresh fade. And I gotta tell you, that fresh fade, that's the hit.
That's the one. Everybody loves that one.
That fresh fade.
This past weekend, on Friday when I watched Felipe's cars, Felipe Roca, shout out to the Revlo show.
Oh yeah, Revlo show.
I watched Felipe's car, the Revlo show, and he came out. He's like, oh, cool, I can see the paint again. Like it was super dusty, and he walked into like, damn, it smells bomb. What is that? He's like, what is it called? Like Fresh Fade. He's like, it smells like a barbershop. He's like, it fucking smells bomb.
And it's weird because you would only you can't describe.
I can't describe
you can't
it.
describe it. You can't be like, oh, it's like alcohol or baby powder. No, it's that Fresh Fade. And like I said, it's those little touches that separate everything. Because who's gonna ask that? You know, it's usually, oh no, I just got that black ice.
Like you want black ice, you want cherry, you want vanilla.
Yeah, and it's
we have a signature scent, new car smell, Fresh Fade. We have black ice.
Yeah,
we have I think I have a donut one too that you got for free, a little sample.
Yeah,
I don't use that one. No, it's like glazed donuts. I don't want my car smelling like glazed donuts.
Yeah. We're already big guys. We don't want people coming into the cars and being like, "Yo, what was going on?" But yeah, it's cool, man. It's I don't know. It's hard to explain why you would need this. No, it's not hard to explain why you would need a wash. You need a wash because your car is, grimy and stuff like that, and people just think like, oh no, like it can't get any better than this. I've done this. I've used Dawn dish soap. That too. Let's talk about soaps. Real quick.
All right.
Because a lot of people just say that it's just soap and water. It's not just soap and water.
Like I said, I did a lot of research. I kind of knew already. The soaps that I use, all of them, there's gonna be like 2 or 3 that are not like this, but I use pH balanced soaps.
Right.
So what that does is it doesn't damage the paint.
Mm-hmm.
Say you had waxed it before to the wash, it won't strip the wax, it won't strip the clear coat, it won't strip the ceramic coating. And the reason for that is for that reason. I don't want to strip anything. Let's say if you detail your car yourself and you wax it yourself, but you say, hey, I just need a maintenance wash. I don't want to do it. All right, cool. And I always ask that when I detail a car, like, have you waxed it recently? So I know.
Yeah. You got to get the whole rundown.
Most of them is all pH balanced soap. I use soaps that won't strip anything, that won't damage the paint at all. And then I have soaps that have a gloss added to it, a wax, and those are not as balanced, But that's for the same reason. Let's say if I wash your car and I have already waxed it, a week before, and you want to come a maintenance wash, I'm going to throw on a little wash and wax.
Yeah, keep that.
To keep it shiny.
Keep the wax.
And that, too, is not going to damage the car.
No.
And none of it will damage the car. It's a matter of stripping it of the wax that you had done before.
Right.
And then I have the clean slate. And that it completely strips everything off. And that, again, it won't damage the paint. But that's if, I want to get my car ceramic coated, but I had done it before and I kind of messed up on it. All right, cool. I use that soap and it takes whatever you had done to it.
Yeah.
Take it off.
It's a clean slate.
It's a clean slate. It takes everything off. And people don't understand. They're like, oh, I've used, I don't know, blah, 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 X and X soap, whatever. And it's like, well, did you check the pH balance on it?
Yeah.
And like, oh, I washed it and I have a gray spot on my car now. Well, what kind of soap did you use, first of all? Well, I used this and I had a wax or I had the ceramic. And ceramic is scary because you don't know how to do it. If you don't correct the paint before you coat it with ceramic wax or the ceramic coating, your car's going to sit like that forever. You're going to stay with that scratch forever. And then you get it repainted.
Yeah. And that too, see, ceramic, as of recently, has grown in popularity so much and stuff like that. And it is cool, right?
Yeah.
The things that I've seen and stuff like that, and the things that I'm worried about, because coming just from the automotive industry, and I think any industry, honestly, like when you're skeptical, is that the ceramic coating is so new and it's blown up that we don't know what's going to happen after that ceramic coating. They give you a guarantee of like 10 years or something like that, but then it's like, what's going to happen after that 10 years? What goes on? Because even now, you got to be a seasoned professional with that stuff, because like you said, it can go wrong so fast.
And it can go so bad.
Yeah, because you'll think like, oh, you're thinking like, oh, we're just gonna have to restart. No. It can be just like a simple. We do have to restart, but it can go all the way to.
Yeah, like, all right,
you're gonna need a new door panel.
If you can't correct the paint, you're gonna have to get it painted.
You're gonna have to get it repainted again. So, and I haven't seen any like real middle ground. It's just like either, okay, we caught it quick enough, now let's redo it, rebuff it and stuff like that, or, hey, sorry, go to a body shop, go to Mako, and that's kind of what I respected about you about going about this, because Meguiar's does have a pretty simple ceramic detailing line, I feel, and I've used it and stuff like that. But even then, you're still kind of skeptical, and it's not because it's not because you're scared of it or anything like that, because you have told me like, I'll do it and stuff. don't know what's going to happen next, and you don't want to throw something out there if you're not completely confident in it.
Like the McGuire's one, the one that me and you have used and that I use is a ceramic. It's a ceramic wax.
Yeah.
So not necessarily the liquid ceramic wax that most people use. So the one I use, because the way you're supposed to do it is to get a ceramic coated is you wash the car like normal.
Yeah.
You wash it and you correct the paint. So you put the polish, the compound, compound, then you put the actual wax, and then you put the ceramic coating. Mm-hmm. And the ceramic coating usually comes in a little, like a little vial. And it looks like water. Small. It's very small, but that takes up a lot of time, and that's the one that'll last you 10 years. And it's like, but after that, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, we don't know.
There's not enough research to do. You gotta, wash a car now and wait 10 years to see what happens to the damn car. So I use this McGuire's ceramic wax, and that one, I think it lasts a year and a half, depending on where you store your car. So like, we have it in a garage in a cool area in the shade.
You'll be fine.
It's gonna last the full the full year is the year and a half. If not, I'll tell people. And do it in 3-month increments. Yeah. You park your car outside, it'll probably last 6 months at most. Yeah. And it's only because you're going to get dust. You're going to get tree sap. It's not necessarily going to strip off, but you might have to wash it and apply another layer of it again. Yeah. But yeah, it's scary. And a lot of people, I've got asked once, like, oh, can you do a ceramic coating? Yeah. How long is it going to take? It's going to take me 5-6 hours.
It's going to take a long time.
Because I can't just do a ceramic coating after a wash. You got to correct the paint.
You got to do everything. That's what a lot of people got to be perfect.
Don't understand. Like it goes back to what we were saying a little earlier, is that you don't correct the paint. You put the ceramic coating on it. Your car's stuck like that for the 10 years or however long that ceramic coating's going to last, because what the ceramic coating essentially is another clear coat for the car. Mm-hmm. And
it's another barrier.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not good. It's fantastic. If I can do it to my car, I would do it. But my car is just too janked out with that paint. I gotta take time for that. But yeah, it lasts as long as you allow it to last, and it helps out a lot. It's hard because people ask me like, "What exactly does it do?" Mm-hmm. And I'll show them videos like, "Look, it does this," and they're like, "But how?" And it's like the way I describe it is, I'd say like it makes the car have less static on it. Okay. So when it rains, instead of the water staying on the car and getting the water spots, it gets like a repellent. It beads up, and it's like a repellent on the car. So it drips down, it flows down.
So when we say it beads up, it still looks like drops. It doesn't look like a puddle, I guess, right? It's not a puddle. It's kind of separated.
It's separating. It'll come down. It's way easier. And the same thing with the dust. If a car gets dusty, you could simply wipe it off, and it's gonna come off from the ceramic coating.
And you can tell too, like at work, we have our gardeners come and they literally just blow dry the parking lot, and it's like, all right, you can tell when my car is super dirty and when like we just get the wash and like it's wax and stuff like that, because there's just less dust particles. It's still annoying, but it's like it does help, and that's just the wax. It's not even necessarily a ceramic coating and stuff like that. But yeah, I remember they asked about the ceramic, and it's just like, it does. It's very time consuming. You gotta take into consideration Pablo's not working in the best conditions, I guess you can say. A lot of the stuff, if you read the back of it, it's like your car's got to be cool. Try to keep it out of the sun and stuff like that.
Cool to the touch.
And that's exactly where Pablo's working, in the middle of the sun. So
middle of the sun.
He still does good work. I'm not saying like, oh, that's the bad. It's just
we gotta work a little different.
Tweak it. You gotta work around. You gotta tweak the formula. But yeah, the ceramic coating. So ceramic coating, yes. But be cautious about it, right? I guess is what you're saying, is just be cautious about it.
And I say ceramic coating, if you have a new car or you got a new paint job, get a ceramic coating.
As soon as possible,
As soon as possible. Make that paint last as long as possible.
Yeah, for sure. Because, again, you don't want to be driving and then 6 months later you're like, oh, you just bought this? Like, there's only 2,000 miles on it and it's already...
It's all swirled up. You got to put swirls on it. But yeah, it's time consuming, but I like doing it. Yeah. It was fast. I mean, like they said with the truck, it took us 3-4 hours to do it. We didn't even notice.
Yeah, we were chilling.
We finished, and I was like, damn, we finished already. It was quick.
Yeah, we were taking pictures and stuff like that. It was cool. Because that, too, as a car enthusiast, from both of us, it's fun to see the dirty car. And then after, because remember after we were like, yo.
And I remember they had I think it had leather seats and it had water seats in the back. It was like salt. It wasn't like beach water. Like, it was just salt. It was salt water. And I told Alex, like, fuck, dude, I don't think I'm going to take it off. I don't think I have anything powerful enough. Mm-hmm. So I tried the leather cleaner that I have, and it came off, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, thank God. Yeah. Dude, I did not know. I didn't know what I was going to do if this didn't work.
We could bring these seats back or not. But, No, yeah, like I was saying, you finish, we finish, whatever. We take a step back. We start taking the after pictures, and we're just like, dude, this Tacoma's fucking sick. You can see it was a CRD
shiny.
Pro, so he had the Fox struts. He had the full Fox suspension, and you can see that blue was shiny.
Yeah.
He had the bead sealing wheels that were bronze, just bouncing off that white. All-terrain tires. You put the tire shine on. Everything's just glossy, and it looks cool, and that goes with, you know, being passionate about it, right? Because if not, you would just be like, all right, it's done. But no, I remember for the long, I took a bunch of pictures, so it looked like it was my truck because they were just all in there. But I was like, no, it's, you know, I helped my brother this weekend or whatever, and it's just cool to see the final product. You finally see it glossy.
You got to take pride, and that's what I tell people. Same thing with building a car.
Yeah,
you build a car and you see someone driving it, you're like, damn, I built that car.
Yeah,
I did it.
We did that.
Same thing with detailing a car. People going, oh my god, my car looks so nice. Thank you. It's like, yeah, I did that. And
for sure.
They take pride in their car because I know when my car is dirty, I don't want to fucking leave the house.
Yeah,
not just me. Like, damn, my car's nasty, bro. Like this last time before we washed our cars, the last time we washed our cars was what? December?
Probably.
Probably December, January.
God, we're in May, huh?
Yeah, and my car was bad because it was raining. I had it parked outside for a bit. It was nasty. And then now I washed my car and I feel like I got my life together. I'm like, oh, yeah, it looks nice. You can see the black and I doesn't look gray anymore.
It's official. Once you get your car washed, your credit score goes up by like 10 points.
Hell yeah. It feels like when you get a haircut, you come out a whole new person.
Oh, for sure.
You get that fade.
See that too, right? You got to treat your detailer like you treat your barber because they can fuck your car up for the next 2 weeks. Or you can make it can look really nice for the next month. Yeah, but let's break down. You know, let's get down to the nitty gritty, right? As a mechanic, there's nothing I love more than going into that tool truck, looking at the new goodies and stuff like that. So let's break down your arsenal of things and what kind of is like, damn, that's your pride and joy that you're like, oh, this is the tool. This is
like
the one
tool that I like. Honestly, it's probably the foam cannon.
The foam cannon was a good addition.
Because the first one that I got out on Amazon, I think it was like $17. Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's sprayed out soap.
Yeah.
But that's all it did. It wasn't foamy.
It wasn't necessarily
And I remember
foamy.
when I first got it, I was like, damn, hell yeah, it's dope. Yeah. Then I would see videos and like, mine does not look like that. Why doesn't mine look like that? And then again, YouTube University, I started getting into it. And then I found one and it was, I think, like $50. And I was like, fuck, dude.
Pull the trigger.
$50 for a plastic bottle that shoots soap.
Yeah.
But I got it. And I think you were with me when I used it for the first time. And I was like, holy shit, this is the one, bro. It's a good investment. And I think the first one that I bought too was already kind of messing up. And I only had it for like 2 or 3 months.
Yeah. It wasn't spinning,
I was getting clogged or something like that. And the thing was coming out. And then when I got this one, I was like, damn, dude, this is the truth right here. This is the one, bro. This is the one. So I would say and I mean, if you have a good foam cannon, you don't necessarily have to have a good pressure washer because it doesn't need a lot of pressure from the water to be shooting out the soap. So better the foam cannon, you know, it saves a lot of time.
For sure. And what's cool about it too is I remember you got those, what's the brand? Atom Polish? Atom
Polishes.
The soaps, and he got like a purple one, an orange one, and a green one.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, when you put those in the foam cannon, just the color, it looks cool. It's so. If you guys never seen
that's
the Instagram video shot.
These soaps, they come out with that color somewhere. Yeah. I washed a white car, like the truck. We washed it. I was like, Alex, we got a white truck.
Yeah,
we got to use the color. Which one do we use? I think we use like green or orange that day.
Yeah, I think it was the orange.
The soap comes out that color. So if it's an orange soap, it's gonna come out orange. It's not gonna come out just so. It looks pretty cool.
It looks sick.
It looks cool.
It looks sick. But yeah, foam cannon. Yeah, I remember that because. I mean, before that, we went to Walmart and we got like that Chemical Guys starter kit,
a little bucket,
and they have like a quote unquote foam cannon that you just attach to the water hose.
I forgot what it's called,
but with the way it shoots,
it's called a foam blaster.
There you go, foam blaster.
Not a foam cannon, it's a foam blaster.
And it doesn't even necessarily shoot foam. Like it looks like when you're washing your hands. And it gets all sunny. That's what it looks like. And it's cool at first, but then, like you said, you start upgrading and you're like, oh, this one's cool. And the other one did foam up a little bit, but this one that you have, it turns my black car into a white car. It's just all snow.
And the way all detailers describe it is they want that shave cream, that shaving cream texture.
Yeah.
That helps out a lot too, because if you're just spraying soap like that, it's hard to, you're going to have to actually put a lot of elbow grease into it after washing the car by hand. With the foam cannon, it foams up, it bubbles up, it gets thick, and it brings everything down. You know, it kind of scrubs the car itself.
Yeah,
and then
It's just an easy wipe.
Yeah, it's an easy wipe after.
Yeah. Now, so we have the foam cannon. What's the next step? What's the next tool on your item? What's the next thing that's going to help you grow your business? What's the next thing that's going to save your back?
Pressure washer and a vacuum.
Nice pressure washer.
You don't necessarily need a pressure washer because, like I said, people have, hey, you want to use my water hose? And I was like, oh, I don't need it. But people start off with just 2 buckets and a water hose. They carry around their hose and you can wash it. But a pressure washer and a vacuum will save you a lot of time.
A lot of time, yeah.
And you don't even necessarily need I've seen pressure washer go for $500-$600. You don't need those My pressure washer cost, I think, $100 at most. Warranted for 3 years from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I mean, like you said, it's $100 warranty for 3 years. By the time the 3 years is up, you can make enough where you're like, all right, I'll invest in, a really big one or whatever. But even then, it's like the trade-off is pretty good.
I think to wash a car, you can go over like the recommended is like 1,500 to 2,500 psi.
Oh, okay. So then, even then, it's like if you get the best of the best, you're doing too much.
You're doing
either way,
end up strip the paint. And I think the one I have is 1,800 psi. And from the research I've done on YouTube,
that's the sweet spot.
It's perfect.
See, I didn't even know that.
They said 1,800 to 2,000. That's where you want to be. Because if anything higher than that, you're gonna risk damaging the
chip
paint.
Everything off.
Yeah, you're gonna chip everything off.
Sandblaster.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that too, a lot of people are like, well, why don't you use a gas pressure washer? It's way too powerful.
Yeah.
And then the mechanics of it, if I get a gas pressure washer, I gotta get a different type of foam cannon.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be shooting too much pressure out, and then again, I'm gonna damage the car.
Yeah.
Maybe even break the windows or break the glass.
For sure. And then the cost has to go up too, because now you gotta start paying gas.
So that pressure washer, those gas pressure washers cost $1,500 minimum, and then you gotta be putting gas every time you use it.
For sure. Dang, that's crazy. So, but I mean, overall, like you said, it's not that much, right? It's not that much to start this.
When I started with the actual equipment, I think I paid like $100 for the pressure washer, $40 for the little vacuum that I had, and maybe like $20 more for a few more chemicals. I overstocked on towels, but you can never have enough towels.
That's for sure.
The microfiber towels. And over time, I probably spent maybe like $2,000 on stuff. But it's because I just find stuff. You want to try it. Oh, damn, look at this. Yeah. And there's been times where you buy stuff and then, hey, try it. I tried it. Oh, hell yeah, I'm going to start buying it. Or I guess like, hey, Alex, look what I got. Recently, you got the McGuire's tire gel. Oh, and let me tell you, that's probably the best tire. Not knocking on anybody else's brand or any other stuff, because the stuff that I use, I pretty much liked it all. But this one is the one.
Man.
This one is the one.
And when we say tire gel, look for the tire gel. We're not. It's purple, so it's literally looks like gel. It's purple. It's in a squeeze bottle, not the spray one. The spray ones are cool and everything, but this tire gel, just because you got to put it on the applicator and then you go around the tire and it's just. It's got a nice shine.
It feels smooth going on. My if you look at my tire, you can still see.
Yeah.
It's still shiny.
Yeah, and it doesn't like clump up.
Yeah, it doesn't. It feels more smoother with the spray. You spray and you gotta wipe down the wheels after, because you get a little bit of overspray. A lot of times you gotta put the spray, wait for it to dry, because if you start driving with tire,
it just flings it off.
Slings it off, and it's gonna be all over your rear panels and stuff. And with this one, it just works fine.
Yeah, it's smooth, but. So that too. I know you don't want to throw any shade, but let's rank the they're not car dealers, the brands, right? So Chemical Guys, McGuire's. What other ones would you recommend, or where would they fall?
Honestly, it just depends what you're looking for, because some brands have better, not necessarily better, but stuff that you like, and that too. It goes in what do you like? What do you necessarily want the product to do? Because I've bought some stuff. Again, not throwing any shade. There's this company called Suds Box, I believe. Yeah. And I found him on Instagram. Yeah. And it's owned by one dude. Yeah. And he does everything. He has his own warehouse. He might have been doing it in his garage. And I was like, I don't know how good this stuff is gonna be. Yeah. But I'm gonna try it out. Yeah. He had a sale going on. They recently have sales. And I think I bought a glass cleaner, a wheel cleaner, 2 soaps, an all-purpose cleaner. And what I liked about them is that you can dilute your stuff. That too. If you guys can buy things that can be diluted. Oh, that's perfect. It's way more cost efficient. I bought a 16-ounce all-purpose cleaner, or it might have been 12-ounce, and you dilute it like 4-to-1. So with that 16 ounces, I was able to make like a gallon of all-purpose cleaner. Exactly. I just put it in bottles, put some of that spot-free water, and that's it. I'm good. Yeah. And so that one was pretty good. That one I really liked. Their glass cleaner, their all-purpose cleaner. I use it for like sticky stuff on like cup holders, things like that. Chemical Guys was our bread and butter since we first had a car. They had
pretty easy to use.
Yeah, it's easy to use. It's self-explanatory. A lot of the stuff they have, It's not like, oh, you gotta let it dry. You gotta do this. You can use it anywhere, anytime. Just
Well, I mean,
spray
bread
it on and
bread
wipe
and
it
butter,
off.
that butter wet wax.
Butter wet
Probably
wax.
one of the best.
Probably one of the best waxes.
that
And it
I've ever
smells
used.
amazing.
Yeah,
It smells
it's nice.
so good.
It's good stuff.
Good carnival wax. Recently I started using the McGuire's all wheel cleaner.
Oh,
That
yeah.
one,
The all-wheel
I was telling
cleaner.
you, I love that one.
Yeah,
I love
it's-
it. That one, you
and-
don't really got to do a lot of work. You just spray it on and leave it.
Yeah, it's not like the hot shot ones or anything like that. It's the
It's called all-wheel cleaner.
All-wheel cleaner.
All-wheel
And
cleaner.
So yeah, what it is, you just spray it and then it changes colors, right?
It turns purple.
Yeah, and then you just
Yeah,
you
the
can pressure wash
dirtier
it.
the wheel, it's purple. It turns purple. And I like that one because it has I think it's like an iron remover.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times, like when I wash my wheels, I use another one, and I just spray it and I kind of scrub it,
Yeah.
and it still won't get everything. With that one, it's as a little bit of like an acid chemical to it. So you literally just spray it and rinse it off after a minute or two, and you don't have to scrub or anything.
You're good to go.
That's, I mean, when you're trying to get the time going, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's
Perfect.
very time consuming.
But yeah, what I use now is mostly Chemical Guy. I use Chemical Guy soaps,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only because I have like 4 or 5 gallons of it.
Yeah,
There's no need for me to buy them, but I'm open to try other ones. I use a lot of McGuire's. I use the McGuire's wheel cleaner, the tire shiner we were talking about.
tire gel.
I've used Griot stuff. Griot stuff is pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
Suds box
Yeah,
was
Suds
good
box.
too. What else? I think there's a brand called G Star, GS, something like that. They have pretty good stuff too. That's a little more expensive.
Yeah,
So that too, Chemical Guys and McGuire's.
they're pretty reasonably priced. huh?
Reasonably priced. You can
Yeah.
find them everywhere. Walmart,
That's true. Walmart,
Target,
Target,
Ross,
AutoZone.
TJ Maxx, AutoZone, O'Reilly's.
Yeah.
And that too, like I said, it goes back depending on the detailer of what you want. Do you want to go, because like at Vital Detail Supply, they sell stuff by the gallon there, but sometimes it's like, I don't really need a gallon.
Yeah,
Let's say if it's ceramic coating, do I need a gallon of ceramic coating?
No.
I'm not going to be doing ceramic coatings every day, every detail, so I'm going to get a little vial. But yeah, it just depends on the detailer. What do you like? Because I've had people message me like, "Hey, what do you use?" Oh, I use Chemical Guys, and oh, nah, you got to try this and you got to try that.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, it does the same shit.
yeah.
A wax is a wax. A soap is a soap.
For sure.
You know, it just depends what you want and what you want the chemical to do.
Yeah,
Like for the interior cleaner, PNS. I forgot about PNS.
Oh,
PNS is
yeah.
a really good bang for your buck product. When I use their interior cleaner, and the first time I used it, I think you used it. I tried it on your car,
yeah.
and it smells really good.
It does smell good.
It's an interior cleaner and an odor eliminator, so I like that too. Because if you get a car that people smoking,
Oh yeah,
you
it'll
clean
help
that,
out.
it'll help out. But PNS is really good. But I use a PNS interior cleaner to scrub the panels down and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I use the Chemical Guys interior cleaner for if you have touchscreens or for the radio.
Oh yeah, the
'Cause
screens.
it's
Yeah,
the screen. So
it's safe for that.
I mean, if you look at my little carry that I carry throughout the detail, I have 4 or 5 different brands in there.
Oh, for
and
sure.
I don't necessarily like one better than the other.
Yeah,
It's a matter of what product do you want to use
yeah.
for
What
what,
it's
things
gonna
like
do?
that. Yeah.
yeah. Because there is those people that are like, oh, all I use is Chemical Guys. All I use is McGuire's or all this other stuff, and it's like the way I see it, it's pretty dumb, honestly. Like I know a lot of people that are like, oh, puro OEM and stuff like that, and there's a joke in every shop like, oh, puro OEM, and it's like, yeah, you can go OEM, but there is a lot of aftermarket stuff. Like, why are you going to limit yourself to one specific thing when you can go around everywhere? And this is just one of those good examples. Like, we like the McGuire's tire gel, we like the Chemical Guys interior cleaner, like, the Chemical Guys soap is really good. The down to your whole setup, your 35-gallon tank. Don't know what brand it is.
Yep. Got a Ryobi pressure washer.
Yeah, pressure washer.
I have what the hell? What brand is my vacuum?
The Rigid.
I have a Rigid vacuum.
Yeah.
It's not like if they want to sponsor me, I'm down for
Yeah, for real.
sponsorship. But
Not a sponsor, but they can be.
they can be. But yeah, I have. I mean, my detailing bag is full of different brands.
Your Chemical Guys detailing bag it has a bunch of different brands.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you said, it's what's suited for you. It's what works best for you. My brother has put countless hours in things, and he's, like he said, he spent a bunch of money. He's used not necessarily all the products, but a bunch of different products, and it's cool to see that, because if you open his trunk, and if you're a detailer or if you're an automotive enthusiast, your eyes light up because you're like, what's this or what's this? And like he said, well, I'll go to Walmart, he'll go to Walmart, we'll be there together. I'm like, well, look at this, look at that, or I'll get stuff, and that's all it is. It's kind of all experimental, right? Like, you're just trying to find the best.
It's funny
thing for
now that
you.
you bring it up. I'll have for example, a tire shine.
Mm-hmm.
I have 5 or 6 different bottles for
Exactly.
5 or 6 different brands.
Yeah.
And not because necessarily one is better than the other,
yeah.
but it's different situations. Like this tire gel that we used recently, the McGuire's one, our tires were dirty.
Yeah,
they were dirty,
bad.
and that tire gel, it works good for dirty tires.
Yeah,
you know, to stay
thick.
on. And we might not wash our cars as often as we should. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it goes, we just got no time.
It's pretty funny and ironic, though, right?
Yeah. But and then the chemical guys one, I think it's called like Wet Look Tire Shine.
Yeah,
I love that one too, and that one smells bomb.
Yeah, that too smells.
I mess around like, dude, this could be a cologne or a body wash for men.
For real, just spray it on my neck.
Good, yeah, that one works good. Or the other one that I really like is I think it's VRP or VPR.
Yeah,
vinyl rubber plastic.
Yeah,
from chemical guys.
That's a good one.
That stuff works good, and that too. You see, like I have tire shines that are just for tire shine, just for tires. And VRP and that Wet Look, you can use it on rubber, plastic lining, rubber, leather seats, the interior, the dash. So again, it just depends what you want.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of stuff that can be used for a lot of things, like the degreaser. I have a citrus degreaser, the all-purpose. It's an all-purpose cleaner, but I use it on engine bays, use it on tires, I use it on wheels. If there's I use it on the pedals, the brake pedal, the rest pedal, and the gas pedal.
Pretty freaking
use that, and it comes off. So it just depends what chemicals you want and what you want them for.
Exactly.
Because you can use a bunch of, like, I watch a lot of those on the PNS, and they have a bead maker, and that's a sealant spray after you wax the car. Something like a ceramic coating. It beads up the water, but people use it for an air freshener.
Oh, nice.
They'll spray it in the carpets before you vacuum to kind of release the static of the carpet or the upholstery.
Okay,
so it's easy to vacuum. You use that as an air freshener.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be for the paint, but people use it for all this other stuff. So it's things like that. Again, you can use one product for if you want to wash the whole car. It just depends what you want to do with it.
For sure. But at the end of the day, regardless of whether or not you want to wash your car or if you want to start this business, it does take some time. It does take some effort. It does take a lot of trial and error. But if you don't want to go through that trial and error, you're going to hit up the Heights Auto Spa. You're going to hit up my brother.
Auto Spa.
Right now, if you hit him up and you book an appointment for this upcoming week, he's giving you 50% off. You heard that right. 50% off your next detail. And that goes from ceramic coating to everything. 50% off. No, but
can't afford that.
Definitely hit up my brother. Like you said, we just wanted to open up the door so you can get to know him better. You can get to know his business better. And if you have any questions about your business, my brother's not a gatekeeper at all. He'll let you know. I'll use this or I don't use this. I've never used it, so I wouldn't know. But hit up the Heights Auto Spa if you want your car detailed. Let him know that you heard it on the podcast, so that way we know we're doing something right. But yeah, my brother's here. He's ready for appointments. Weekends work best because we got more time. We do have daytime jobs and stuff like that.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, seriously. So that too. The more appointments you book, the easier and faster my brother can quit his daytime job and do this full time and stuff like that. But yes, go to his Instagram page at the Heights Auto Spa. 50% off your next detail. Tell him the Heights Garage sent you. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for coming by, brother.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem. Again, if you want to support the brand, if you want to support this podcast, head over to theheightsgarage.com, get yourself some merch. And next Saturday, May 20th, we're going to be at the Por Vida Los Angeles pop-up shop. That's going to be from 4 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. We're going to be doing live pressing. You heard that right. Live pressing. You show up, find your shirt size, find the shirt color, get the print color. We press it for you. If you have any questions about that, you can hit us up on Instagram. You can follow us on TikTok at The Heights Garage or on Facebook at The Heights Garage Co. LLC. We will see you in the next one. We're out. As always, keep the Boyle Heights built.